Farm2Table Direct Show here at the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, McAlester, Oklahoma, at the Southeast Expo Center. And over my left shoulder is Tammy Flynn with Keystone Farms, and she's talking about vermicomposting. Now, I've seen some things about worm casting on the screen earlier, but it's just one of the many things that you can hear and learn here at a rendezvous in person. And we're going to step out of the way and let her talk for just a little bit.
First slot that they get to as they're spinning is quarter inch. Yeah, and the cocoons fall through on that, and then they go to the next screen, which is half inch. No, I'm saying that wrong. It's eighth of an inch and a quarter of an inch. Quarter of an inch. Some of the other stuff, the bigger stuff falls through, and then the worms, big pieces fall out again, and those all go back into the bin. And the first section is castings, and the second section is mostly cocoons and material, So I take the cocoons and put them somewhere to hatch them out and add them back into the beds. Anybody else?
I'm assuming they're pretty hard to kind of just peel.
Yes, they are.
As far as handling or.
Yeah, I handle them all day. You hear people say that, if you touch the cocoons, it poisons them from your, I handle cocoons all the time. It's kind of funny, people do it differently. Some people don't wear gloves at all. Some people always wear gloves. I do a one-handed thing because I like to keep a hand clean, but I also need a hand to reach it and dig stuff out. So I usually run around with one glove and people look at me like I'm nuts, but I'm used to that. They do that a lot. Anybody else? You guys missed all the good stuff.
It happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to post your teaching on a website, or is there a way you can email your presentation?
Oh, I'd be happy to email. If you come by my table, I'll get your
Okay.
email address and I can email you.
And it sounds like your worms are heavier than most worms. Like, we've ordered worms online, and they aren't that large. They're super tiny, and other people's worms, they may not even be alive, but it sounds like yours are more mature.
Yeah, I try not to sell them when they're really small. As a matter of fact, if you go on my website right now, it says I'm out of stock because I'm out of stock on the ones that are big enough.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch that are about there. Yeah, I don't, well, for some people think of it as it's a pound of worms. So if they're small, I'm getting a lot more worms. But I feel like if they're a little bit bigger and healthier, they'll survive the trip better because it does stress them and bounce back from that a lot faster.
Time of year that's
Not really. I just would avoid like 100-degree days in the summer, middle of the summer, or
All right, folks, as you can hear, she's answering questions from the audience about about worm castings and worm size and availability and contact. So it's a good little thing that's a Q&A that you can learn. It's the only thing you can get hands-on, face-to-face with the person where you can ask those questions. Is live at rendezvous and expos like this here at the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, Southeast Expo Center, McAlester, Oklahoma. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back shortly with our next live.